Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Maybe there is this change. There is something called launch template here, and we haven't created any launch template, right? So you have to switch it to launch configuration. This is not mentioned in the lab.
Yeah.
Switch to launch configuration and then select the lab, launch configuration.
Yeah, and the instances too that was mentioned, where do we set that?
It's not asking anywhere, right?
No.
So maybe in the next step it will ask. Let's move forward and see. It has the default VPC.
Lab VPC we have to select.
Yeah, it is selected. Okay, it is default, right? Lab VPC is to be selected. And then subnet, select subnet 1, private subnet 1 and private subnet 2.
Yeah. Okay. Next is enable load balancing. And we have to select a target group, I think. Yeah.
Then we have network is done. Then it is asking expand advanced details. I don't have that advanced details.
No, we can go to, I think if we go to next, it is coming as, yeah, load balance. We have to enable load balancing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll launch EC2 instance in private subnets in both availability on advanced details, then configure. Where is this advanced details? I don't get it here, but yeah, we have to enable load balancing. Select target group. Yes, here we have the target group. So yes, there is some discrepancy with the lab instructions and on the ground. So this happens. This is dynamically changing stuff. So by the time the training providers catch up, AWS will make changes on the infrastructure altogether.
Right. So health checks we have to add, or and monitoring. Do we need to check these two?
So that's what I'm looking here. Health checks are by default giving you at 5-minute time. Let's leave that. Enable group metrics collection within CloudWatch. You can leave that as well. Then next, here you specify the group size.
Okay. Group size was how much?
It shows that specify start with 2 instances. I can say minimum capacity 1, desired is 2, maximum can be 3. Give it something, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Then click on next.
Did you select scaling policies, the target scale tracking scaling policy? And in the previous step,
you have to use the scaling policy to dynamically resize your scaling group to meet changes in demand. Yeah, you can do this or you can do this. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't do this, but I can do this. Yeah. Target tracking policy.
It says optional also, no?
Yeah, that's option.
First one I've selected.
Then add notifications. We do not have any notifications. Average CPU utilization based scaling, do we have it? Yeah, average CPU utilization metric. Okay, let's move. Do we have notifications? Yeah, configure notifications. I'll not use any notification. Then there is this configure tags. You can say tag is, you can add some tags here. And value lab instance. Then click on next. That's about it. This is a review. Yeah, that's all. We create an auto scaling group. It is done. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. You have
No.
scaled it.
We have to
Now the
verify
last,
that.
last task is to verify. Yes. Go to instances. You should see 2 instances named lab instances.
Oh,
Now I have given it as only one, right? Start with one. Minimum capacity.
Yeah, it was no, but I had
yeah,
provided 2, but I see 1 here.
minimum was 1, desired was 2, and maximum I put 4. I'm also able to see 1 only.
So I have given desired capacity as 2, minimum as 1, max as 3.
So desired will not come now, or
Desired will come when you have maybe some adequate load. Let me give this 2, desired 2. This is fine. Yeah, you see 2 lab instances are coming up. It's taking some time to start. Hang on.
oh, I also did 2. Why is
Yeah,
it
it's
coming as 3? No,
no.
3.
This was starting. This was working initially, right? You had this web server initially,
Right,
right?
right.
Then these are the 2 extra ones created based on the AMIs.
Okay. But for me, it's still showing 1. I updated that to 2 minimum.
Just refresh this view. You may see.
Yeah, yeah, I can see 2 instances coming up now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And there it is.
Now you can verify the other parts. Just go through
Yeah,
the next. You may want to test based on the load balancing mechanism. You want to verify that it is working or not. Stop one
yeah,
instance. You do that. Yeah?
yeah.
All right. If you are done with that, labs, both of you, let's move forward. Let me pull the reports and then we can move forward.
Okay. I just ended my lab.
All right, so let's move to the next module, which is on the course wrap up. Before we move forward, any questions you guys have?
Nothing new. Whatever we asked along the way, you answered. So I'm good.
All right, sounds good. So in this course module, we just will look at the learning parts, what we have seen in this course, and what is there for you to move forward. So part of this learning path, we have basically seen AWS introduction, history, global infrastructure, and something on management console. We saw foundational services and this whole set of services. We spoke about that. Okay. And then we saw some of the management tools, auto-scaling ELB and trusted advisor. So you will now have an option of expanding your cloud skills using AWS. So AWS has a lot of online training as well as self-paced labs, which you can use to expand your knowledge. You also have few of the instructor-led courses which you can enroll, similar to what we have done today. You can have a few more instructor-led ILT training, and then you have certifications, which is of importance if you want to validate your expertise and gain some recognition for the skills what you have. So I have these listed here. These URLs will give you information on each of these initiatives. Then you have this self-paced labs where you can learn using individual service topic. Follow the learning objectives by that area and practice for preparing for an exam. So you have the self-paced labs. The one what we have seen was given part of the course. Other than that, you can also have other labs which are available for you to use in aws.amazon.com/trainings/self-paced labs. Then on the instructor-led trainings, we have different varieties. They are different flavors. You took this introductory course here, which was sort of a very primary introduction for you to get started with AWS. I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this course, and it was a sort of icebreaker for you to get started with AWS technically and get some hands-on experience. Now, way forward, you have things like you have some intermediate courses like architecting on AWS, developing on AWS, and then SysOps on AWS. You have these three intermediate courses which you can opt for. And then there are some advanced courses like advanced architecting, DevOps, security operations on AWS. And then you have some specialty courses on migrating to AWS, big data, and data warehousing on AWS. You may want to opt for further learning. You may choose some of these courses. And on certifications, we have these many things to choose from. At the initial level, you may want to start from cloud practitioner, which is one foundational certification. But on the advanced level, you have some associate level certifications. On the associate level, you can go for solution architect, developer, and SysOps administrator certification. And on professional, you have these two choices. So you may want to have a little experience for achieving these certifications, which is mentioned here. But again, it's not very mandatory. But when you go to specialty, right, you will have to have some good amount of experience because this is not a piece of cake. It's sort of highly valued and highly complex certifications which you may want to try. And what are the benefits of doing AWS certifications? As an individual, if you are, you may demonstrate your expertise and stand out from the crowd. You will get good amount of industry visibility and customer visibility, and obviously peer recognition and credibility with customers. If you are an employer who is seeking to hire folks, AWS certification will set a baseline on AWS skills, identify expert talent, and leverage best practices. So if you are getting your employees certified on AWS, you will have these benefits. You will leverage best practices in AWS community. You will reduce operational risk. You will increase business advantage and minimize efficiencies, maximize efficiencies. That's about it. So how do you prepare for these certifications? A little quick walkthrough on these things. So for you to prepare on your certifications, this is the URL, which will be one single point of contact for you to check: aws.amazon.com/certification/certification prep. You have exam guides and sample questions, AWS authored study guides, self-paced labs like what we have done on Quick Labs. You have technical training, white papers, frequently asked questions, documentations, reference architectures, and practice exams. You may want to visit these. And then AWS support, you get support as per your usage of AWS. So one support option is technical account manager provides a dedicated voice within AWS to serve your advocate. They will provide you proactive guidance and insight to ways to optimize AWS through business and performance reviews. You have options for choosing support. You can have a technical account manager dedicated, or you can use infrastructure event management provides these things. Support option 2, we have few things like you can use the basic trusted advisor, and then there is this concierge service which provides you primary contact to help manage resources. It gives you personalized response to your queries and tax questions and all. So these are some support options which you will get when you subscribe to AWS. Comparison of the support options. It makes sense if you are a business and then you want to attain some support. You can make use of that. So that is about it. So with this, we are coming to a conclusion on this course with this end of 6 modules. And then lastly, we have some indices. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Optionally, I have sent an email in which you have received the feedbacks, right? So using that email as well, if you want, you can get in touch and seek any suggestions on the next steps on AWS. If you are interested in getting certified, if you want to do some next level course, maybe, so you may want to choose. You may want to send me an email. I can talk to you personally on that. Yeah. So that's about it.
I got another email for the feedback. Do I need to provide feedback again? From Spring Cloud? Sorry, Spring People.
And what's the email ID?
incloud@springpeople.com. IND Cloud.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. If you have done it once, that should be enough.
Okay, fine.
All right, then. That's about it. We are done with this course, and it was nice.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan, and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.